do you have an update?
Thank you, Mayor. Commission, I wanted to kind of open up being here for the last 3 years and sort of grappling through the period of time when the casino and the beach reopened in 2012, and having to confront on a regular basis the operations and some of the issues. And you mentioned a few, Mayor, dealing with the fact we have vacancy upstairs. We're trying to operate the ballroom on a shoestring. The maintenance of the pool, I've been sort of outspoken on that. Shortfalls in the beach fund and other operational issues at the beach. And I just first want to make very clear, when we've said operations, it's no reflection on the staff that work at the beach. And much to my chagrin, in trying to deal with the budget for the beach fund, we've probably done too good of a job making it look easy. Because we're obligated, and we've had this conversation, to balance the budget every year. You can't approve a budget that's not balanced. So when you come to the beach operations, it gets balanced. And it's been balanced on the backs of a couple of things. One is inadequately, in some regards, staffing the operation at the beach. And that falls on the back of Juan and his folks. The ballroom is run by one person basically, and then they sort of pull together a team as events and things happen. And I can tell you that's a daunting task dealing with that operation. There's no adequate storage. They don't even have office space. They're functioning in a vacant space. The maintenance crew over there, again, they're doing the best they can to go day to day with some issues that take a lot of time, effort, and energy. And we put that show on every day, sunrise, sunset, and people go there because it's such a wonderful facility. It is our pride and joy. It is our jewel. But the staff there has made it work, and I guess giving people the impression that there's not really any problems there. Meanwhile, you come to commission meeting, you hear me ranting and raving, pulling my hair out about the fact we're not adequately taking care of the beach. We're not addressing certain capital needs. We're not paying the loan back. That's how we balance the budget there. So we hope the discussion coming forward in the budget, which is going to be happening, you'll get to see truly what it takes to staff the beach, from lifeguards to adequate maintenance to the capital maintenance needs, as well as repayment of debt. So with that said, who the heck came up with this idea of an ITN to try to address this? Okay, I did. I'm the father of the ITN, or the mother, as some people would say. And I want to be very clear. Let's explain how we came up with the ITN process. If we were so definitive about what we understood you could do in those spaces, which nobody seemed to could figure out for a while. And if you remember, when I got here, y'all were arguing over 4 leases, of which they're all different. I think at one time there was one vendor that actually had the upstairs space, and it was just it was mayhem. We said, let's look at what people are coming to us with over the last couple of years. There was a lot of different proposals. It ranged from the wave rider kind of concept to one guy wanted to put a putt-putt golf course. I mean, just all kinds of tiki bar. How do you take, within the confines of that area, we're talking about the casino, ballroom area, the pool area, and have the best minds in the private sector come up with concepts of how to do something there that would reduce our costs, hopefully, by taking over some of the maintenance, but also generate revenues so that we can actually staff up the beach and maintain and do right by this asset. That's where the ITN process comes in. It's the one tool that's allowed for in state law that encourages creative proposals, which we were intending to try to see private sector bring to us. It also incorporates a negotiation process. So when somebody comes up with some bonehead idea at the beginning of the process, as you beat them up through the process, negotiating back and forth, it's like making sausage. It is not pretty. If you listen to the tapes of our process, and I apologize for some of the comments that may have been made, but I can tell you the people in the committee pulled no punches. They were tough negotiators. They were probably a little too tough in some cases, but that was, like I said, making the sausage to get to a better product, hopefully. It also allows the ITN for comparison of apples and oranges proposals. How do you take those various components up there and compare something one-to-one? If we had that ability, we would have done an RFP and spelled out very specific parameters. but that's not our expertise, and that's not what was afforded to us in the opportunities up there. In the beach casino complex area, you know, really the ballroom casino and the pool area is what we're talking about. So the ITN allowed us all that flexibility and ability to go through a process. And that was the intent. Intents don't always work, and I apologize to everyone that this thing went off the rails the way it did. It wasn't our intent. Our intent was to really bring forward good, decent proposals, the best that we could negotiate. Also understand that in the ITN document, it was very specific about the items that Glenn will cover. So that provided the parameters. In the zoning district that was approved in 2007, the BAC zoning district, that sets forth what you can do at the beach is in place. And that was some parameters that we had to work within, and actually spend some time trying to define. It was tough on staff because they had never been confronted with what a proposal looks like using those zoning district parameters. And then most importantly, you know, Mayor, you mentioned you can't do certain things with the beach. In the charter, and I'm going to read it just for the record, Article 2, Section 3 states, city-owned property east of A1A roadway shall not be declared surplus property and shall not be sold, hypothecated, conveyed, or leased, except for a lease of less than 20 years, without the affirmative vote of the majority of the electors of the city of Lake Worth and notice and scheduled referendum. You can't sell the beach. And you know, it's very clear in the charter how that would even occur. And I know that people of the city would never, ever, ever vote for that. So just wanted to read that into the record.